This episode of WisBusiness.com, the show, is brought to you by Grant Thornton, White Hirschbeck Dudek, Madison Gas and Electric, and the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee.
Hi, I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. On today's show, Tom Still talks about Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker's new job, salesman-in-chief. And Holly Hawkins of Tri-North Builders explains what goes into a green construction project and how it can pay back over time. And now, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report for mid-June. Rising, Ashley Furniture. The Wisconsin-based furniture retailer announces plans for a $6 million expansion of its Whitehall upholstery plant in western Wisconsin. The expansion will add some 225 jobs in Trumpeneau County. The company currently employs about 400 workers in Whitehall. And falling, sand mining companies. The DNR has referred pollution violations by 2 silica sand mining companies to the State Department of Justice. It's the first such cases referred for prosecution as the mining of so-called frac sand used in natural gas drilling expands in the state. The DNR says Minnesota-based Preferred Sands didn't have a plan to prevent stormwater pollution when an embankment collapsed in Trumpeneau County in March. The DNR also said Interstate Energy Partners and Tiller Corporation failed to maintain dikes and berms keeping material from a Burnett County mine out of the St. Croix River watershed. Tom Still is next with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
What has made Grant Thornton one of the largest accounting organizations in the world, with resources in more than 100 countries worldwide? Is it their global capabilities, or is it their passion for how they serve their clients? Grant Thornton.
Pop artist Andy Warhol once said, "In the future, everyone will be world famous for 15 minutes." Governor Scott Walker's celebrity status has already lasted well beyond a quarter of an hour, and the clock shows few signs of running out. If Walker's fame can open new doors for the Wisconsin economy, heck, maybe even his opponents will commission a Warhol-like painting in his honor. Walker's victory in the June 5th recall election secured his seat in the Capitol's East Wing through 2014, but also freed him to serve as Wisconsin's salesman-in-chief. It's a role that will help the state attract new business and investment while retaining and expanding what it already has. In several post-election forums, the man derided by Democrats as a right-wing rock star has embraced his fame and his notoriety as a time-sensitive chance to talk about Wisconsin's attributes in front of national and even global audiences. His sales trip began this month in Washington, D.C. with a speech to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and a sit-down with national journalists at a breakfast held by the Christian Science Monitor. One newspaper headline called it a victory lap, and a spokesman for the state Democratic Party wrote it off as self-promotion. But for Walker, it was an opportunity to brush up on his pitch. In addition to the familiar Wisconsin is open for business, look for Walker to tout the state's workforce, manufacturing capacity, research and development foundation, entrepreneurial culture, tax climate, and relative fiscal stability, the latter being an attribute few states can claim. His sales call list will be international at times. Governors from the neighboring states of Minnesota, Illinois, Iowa, and Michigan have all led trade missions in recent months or will do so soon. There's no reason for Walker to be the only stay-at-home governor on the block. Have passport, should travel. Some of the same U.S. business leaders who contributed heavily to Walker's recall campaign may now be primed to entertain expansion and relocation possibilities in Wisconsin. If they cared enough to donate money to re-elect him, they're probably open to a sales pitch on why they should now invest in Wisconsin. Hear that ticking sound? It's Andy Warhol's clock. Wisconsin's salesman-in-chief hears it too, and he is busily knocking on a lot of doors. While the recall election wounds at home will be slow to heal, the time is now to promote Wisconsin outside its borders.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right back with Holly Hawkins, President of Milwaukee Operations for Tri-North Builders.
White Hirschbeck Dudek represents companies at all stages of development and in a wide range of industries to navigate the legal challenges of regional, national, and global growth. At WHD, every stage takes center stage.
I'm back with Holly Hawkins, President of Milwaukee Operations for Tri-North Builders. Thanks for joining us, Holly.
Thank you for having me.
Tri-North Builders is among a small number of Wisconsin-based construction firms that can claim a national presence. How big is your footprint?
Back in 1981, our company was founded by three friends who developed Tri-North Builders, three friends who all like to go up north. With the economy being the way it was in 1981, if you remember, Ronald Reagan was president, the unemployment rate was over 7%, and interest rates were 18, 19, 20%, very similar to the times that we are seeing today. We traveled anywhere where our clients would go. With that in presence, we still travel across the country. Currently, we are licensed in all 50 states as well as Canada. Over the last 5 years, we have done $1 billion worth of construction work across the country.
The acronym LEED Certified is often used to describe what some people might call a green building project. What does LEED mean, and what are its basic components?
LEED actually stands for Leadership in Energy and Efficient Design. It was developed by the United States Green Building Council a number of years ago. It has gone through a number of transitions. It's every 3 years they come up with a new process. Currently, the process, which is version 3, 2009, consists of the sustainable sites, material and resources, water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, innovation design, and they also focus on regional priority or credits such as water efficiency that are key components to where we live.
And how much more does it cost to build a LEED certified building versus a standard energy efficient building? And what's the payback for owners?
What we're seeing is a lot of our clients decide to go sustainable through various different aspects of construction. We have some who are in the planning stages, some that are all the way up to right before you put a shovel into the ground. So depending on when you actually incorporate the sustainability, it determines the actual cost of the overall project as far as energy efficiency goes. The earlier in the project, the less expensive it's going to be. There are also a number of energy efficient techniques that you can engage in that are a little bit less expensive than some others. However, we try to gauge what the customer wants and what they can maintain as they go forward. As far as payback goes, it kind of goes into what type of equipment and efficiencies that you want to achieve as an organization, and then we build the project to those standards.
Thanks, Holly, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, the show. The show is produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and sponsored by Grant Thornton, White Hirschbeck Dudek, MG&E, and UW-Milwaukee. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent Foot Executive Search. See you next time.